Are you ready to improve your English listening and speaking skills? Have you ever struggled to understand native speakers in real-life situations?
Or maybe you want to express yourself more clearly and confidently in conversations? In today's episode, we are going to help you do just that. Welcome to the English Podcast. If you're new here, we upload daily episodes to help you improve your English naturally.
In this episode, you will hear real-life stories with useful vocabulary and expressions. Listening to these stories will help you understand English in everyday situations.
And by repeating the phrases, you will improve your speaking skills too.
Have you ever had a moment when you misunderstood someone in English? Imagine ordering food at a restaurant, but the waiter doesn't understand what you're saying. Or talking to a coworker, but missing an important detail in the conversation. These situations can be frustrating, right? Let me tell you a personal story. A few years ago, my friend Daniel traveled to New York for the first time.
He was excited but nervous about speaking English. On his first day, he walked into a small cafe to order breakfast.
He wanted a croissant and a coffee, so he confidently said, "Can I have a croissant and a coffee, please?" But the cashier looked confused and asked, "Sorry, what was that?" Daniel repeated himself, but the cashier still didn't understand. He started feeling nervous. Then another customer stepped in and said, "He means a croissant." Suddenly, the cashier understood. This moment taught Daniel an important lesson. Sometimes pronunciation makes a big difference in understanding. He realized that even though he knew the words, hearing them in relation was different from learning them in a textbook.
This is why listening is so important. The more you listen to real English, the more natural it becomes. Now let's talk about another real-life situation. My cousin Emma moved to Canada for work.
She spoke English well, but when she arrived, she had trouble following conversations. People spoke quickly, used slang, and sometimes even interrupted each other. One day she had an important meeting, and her manager asked, "Can you touch base with Mike about the new project?" Emma was confused. What did touch base mean? She thought, should I physically touch something? Later, she found out that touch base means to check in or to discuss something briefly. This small phrase made a big difference in her understanding. After that, she started paying attention to idioms and expressions in conversations. So here's a tip for you. When you hear a new phrase, don't just memorize the meaning. Listen to how it's used in real conversations. Try repeating it aloud and using it in your own sentences. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Now let's think about your own experience. Have you ever been in a situation where you didn't understand something in English? Maybe you misheard a word, or maybe you weren't familiar with an expression. What did you do? How did you handle it?
Imagine you are at a hotel, and the receptionist says, "Would you like a wake-up call?"
If you're not familiar with this phrase, you might think they are asking if you need to wake up in life.
But actually, a wake-up call means that the hotel will call your room in the morning to wake you up. These small but important moments happen all the time in real life. That's why listening to real conversations is the best way to improve your English.
Let's do a quick practice exercise. I will say a short sentence, and I want you to repeat it after me. Ready?
I'd like to order a coffee, please.
Now you try. These are simple, polite phrases that you can use in everyday situations. The more you listen and repeat, the more confident you will feel.